All right, so we were learning about the toolbar over to the side of Photoshop Elements 7. And we left off with the stamping tool, and I said that that's not really one of my favorites. It has its purposes, but you know, not one of those things that I use all the time. The next one on the list is the eraser tool. Again, I've got some choices. I can erase the background. I can do some magic erasing, kind of like the you know, that magic eraser guy. So I'm just erasing, and you see I'm erasing and it's turning blue. And that is because my background is blue. You can actually change that so your background is transparent, or you can change it to another color later. Not necessarily something you want to do with your photographs, but if you've got some graphic designs that you want to manipulate, you would use your eraser tool. Alrighty, edit and revert. There's our little owl back. Alright, brush is the paintbrush. Let's change, what color do I have? Alright, I got some blue. So it works just like the paintbrush in all of the paint tools. There are more options. I can change the brush size and style, all of the, and how big the brush is, all of those things up at the top. I can also change its opacy, which means how thick the paintbrush is painting. The next one is a smart brush, and it paints things like that was the brightening tool, so I just brightened up my little owl. He has a brighter fur now, just with a few clicks, and he's all done. So the little smart brush, it gives you options. You have to kind of scroll down, choose what it is you want. One of the fun ones to do is reverse black and white. So you can turn your image black and white and then just recolor part of the image, which is kind of cool. So, and then it's got different choices. You can click on those different choices and it gives you the different effects. And so you can see what works with your image. There's loads to choose from in here. Alrighty, the next one is the paint bucket. So it turns whatever you have selected into that one color. So let's revert our image and let's make a selection. So that's most of the background. And let's say I want to fill that background with that bright blue. Here we go. Why? It's not working the way I want it to. Drat. Alright, so it's supposed to turn my background whatever color I want. So I'm trying to turn the background green and it's not behaving like I want it to. So it's something in my presettings that I have to go back and do. But that's the idea, is that when you click on the paintbrush, paint bucket, excuse me, it turns everything that color into that one color. Bad paint bucket. Alright, while I have my background selected, let's see if we can do a gradient. There we go. Alright, so a gradient is this idea of one color going into the next. So right now I have one of the presets selected, and I'm just going to draw a line from one side to the other and change the background. The angle that you choose and how wide your line is determines what your gradient is. These gradients actually stack up one on top of the other. So it's one of those things, oh, I don't like the way that looks. You need to do an edit undo before you start getting a little too carried away with your gradients, because they do add up. Alrighty, the next one is shape, and there's a bunch of shapes to choose from. There's rectangles, squares, triangles, and all sorts of fun shapes, lines, polygons, and things like that to choose from. And it just creates a shape. It's its own layer. I can move and manipulate this shape wherever I want it. All right, the next one is called the Blur, Sharpen, or Smudge tool. These are tools that, these are tools that when we get to the edges of things, we can make small adjustments. So I'm making the owl's head a little bit thinner with the smudge tool. Great for subtracting a few extra pounds or making someone's head smaller, but be aware that it also smudges everything else around it. All right, and the next tool is the Sponge, Dodge, and Burn tool. Again, it's fine-tuning things around the edges. Going in here, scrubbing his fur with the burn tool makes it a little bit darker, so it gives his little feathers some color. And then the bottom one is the Select the Foreground and Background colors, and you have a few million colors to choose from. So now I can go and for that box, I can select my box and change the color. Oh, my opacity is way down low. There we go. Now, gray box. Let's see if I can get a green box. A little bit of a green box. Whole thing green. So those are the left side tools. There are 24 of them in total. Each of them has some additional secrets that go with it. Most of those you can see either by right-clicking and choosing one of the other tools that it has with it, or looking up at the top toolbar that is right underneath the File Edit Image bar, and you can do some serious changes to your image.